Manchester United need a new wing-back. I feel like I've said that quite a lot now, but it is the truth. And after finally catching up on 2 seasons worth of footage, I have finally found the right answer to the Manchester United wing-back situation. The problem is there is a lot of competition right now from a lot of clubs that want him, with rumours this afternoon of him joining a different club. Not ideal, but the man we are talking about today is Patrick Dorgu, a true wingback wonderkid, and today we are going to see why. But before we get into that, if you could quickly subscribe to the channel, it'd be greatly appreciated. Big goals this year, so you know what to do. Just subscribe to the channel, and then we'll get into the video. So why do I like Dorgu so much? Why is this the player that I have finally settled on as a player that Manchester United must sign? Well, first of all, he's 20 years old. That is what United need, some young blood in the club. We have a lot of aging players. A young player to come in and play wing-back would be ideal. But there's of course a lot more to it than just that. For a start, physically, this is an absolute specimen. He is unbelievably tall, physical, strong, quick, athletic, everything you could want from a physical point of view, but also incredibly technical, proven in the fact that he has played so many different positions already in his career. This is incredible tactical versatility. In terms of where he would fit in at Manchester United, I think there are 2 main options. You can see initially that I've got him on the right hand side. Now, does Dorgu on the right hand side actually work as a right wing back for Manchester United? Well, for me the answer is yes, and one of the reasons for that is because we know that Ruben Amorim likes a left-footed right wing back. It really helps his team dynamic. Why does it help? Well, it helps his team playing out from the back. We know that when you play a left footer on the right hand side, as you receive the ball in these positions, you often receive with your back to goal. Now this makes it easier to actually protect the ball, because you're always trying to roll the ball inside onto your stronger foot, so you actually protect the ball well, and Dorgu is really good in this area. He's strong in this position. What you also get though when you play a left footer in this area is the ability to then roll the ball inside the pitch, and of course that then opens up the potential to move the ball to the far side where there should be more space. It looks a little bit like this. Let's say Mazraoui has the ball, for example, and the opposition are going to come and press incredibly aggressive over this side of the pitch. They don't want us to move out of these positions, so they're going to press with a great intensity. When you play a left-footed player on the right-hand side, the weak-footed wing-back, you are able to receive the ball, take a touch inside the pitch, and start open up towards playing towards the space on the other side. We can see our left-back has more space, but also our left wing-back. So when we play a left-footer on this side, it gives us the ability to eventually access these positions. And of course, we have examples of Dorgu playing in this way. You can see the benefit of the left foot here. A right-footed player would not want to go inside the pitch, but Dorgu does. Now, on this occasion, his teammates actually choose to keep this ball down the side of the pitch, but that's fine because Dorgu is good in these moments. He is good with his combination work, he's got the pace and power to move away from players, and it really does benefit the team. Again, in a situation like this, you can see the opposition are pressing really high, but when you've got someone like Dorgu who can receive the ball in these wider positions, it allows you to move away from the opposition's high press. A lot of teams press centrally, so if you have technical quality out wide, you can bypass that first line of the press. And then with someone like Dorgu, always keen to come back inside the pitch, then you open up the potential to move inside and attack space. Again, his side now have a lot of room that they can attack, and it's because of the work of this young man, again protecting the ball on the right hand side and looking to combine with players 1-2s, quick shifts to eventually find a teammate in space in the middle of the pitch. This is what Dorgu would bring from the right hand side, a consistent ability to move the ball forward. Again here up to the striker. Ruben Amorim would love this. This desire to sort of work inside the pitch also continues in the final third as well. And again, we know that Amorim likes a left-footed player in this position, someone that can move inside the pitch. We've seen Ahmad doing it for United before. Dorgu in the final third likes to take the ball inside onto his stronger left foot, and actually recently he has been playing outright as a right winger, so we know that he is comfortable in these positions, picking the ball up out wide, taking players on and looking to move inside. In terms of the dynamic, the understanding, the movements, the interchanges with Ahmad, that could be really dangerous for United. Down the right hand side it makes us incredibly unpredictable because you don't know who's going to pop up where, because they are both very capable of playing in both positions. So I think this would give United a more dynamic attacking threat. However, my one concern for Dorgu on the right side of the pitch is that actually once in the final third, he's not too great down this side. I don't think he really offers too much. Perhaps because he's still young, he could of course develop in this area and become a better tight dribbler in the middle of the pitch, or a more creative player with the final pass, perhaps in behind the defence. But currently I think he's a little bit samey. He doesn't really want to go down the right hand side and cross because he's on his weak foot there. He wants to move inside, and once in those areas, he's not really refined enough for my liking. So I think he would be a great option for United at right wing back, but I actually think the better option would be to play him on the left. Now, when you play Dorgu on the left-hand side, you get a completely different player, and of course, that's only natural. You're playing a left-footed player on the left, the angles are going to be very different. But this is what I really like about him. On the left-hand side, he suddenly seems more comfortable with the ball at his feet in these deeper positions. And rather than always looking to turn the ball inside, like he was doing on the right, on the left-hand side, you get much more variety to the way that he plays. He's got the ability to clip balls in behind the opposition defence, to play a simple pass out wide perhaps to a wider winger, but also to move the ball inside the pitch. I think you get greater passing variety in these positions from Dorgu when he is on the left-hand side. And you guessed it, there's evidence of this in situations like this. This pass is just brilliant. You can see him on the left-hand side picking the ball up. This time he's very much playing as a fullback as opposed to the wing-back, which means he's got the winger in front of him. And this ball here, to split in behind that opposition defence, is just phenomenal. That pass, the weight of this pass is absolutely incredible. I love it. But again, it's not predictable because he changes it every time. Every time he gets the ball, he's doing something a little bit different. In a position like this, he's looking up. He's looking towards the middle of the pitch. And you can see this here. He quickly scans, has a look. What are his options? He's sim one. It's in the middle of the pitch, but first of all, he needs to make the angle possible, which he does by shoving the ball wider with his left foot, and then he's going to play inside the pitch. This, again, is a phenomenal pass into the feet of the striker, and again, it's something that you only get when you play him on the left-hand side, where you get that greater variety. He needs to play on the left, because the passing quality is really special. And again, of course, always when you play a left footer on the left hand side, you get that pass arch where it moves away from the opposition defenders first, which is important for keeping possession, and it allows your wingers to get into 1-versus-1 situations like this. Again, something that United need to do more regularly. Now, when Dorgu plays on the left-hand side, not only do you get passing variety, but you also get dribbling and, more importantly, ball-carrying variety as well. A lot of the time when we talk about a big, strong, physical, powerful defender playing out wide, we are talking about a player who all day long is going to bomb up and down on the pitch. And Dorgu can absolutely do that. His athleticism is phenomenal. He wins all of his physical and technical duels, which is why I love him so much as a player. But again, there is variety to the way that he plays when he moves to the left-hand side of the pitch. And when he picks the ball up, he has this habit for driving inside. And again, I think this is something that United could do with at times. I've liked moments where someone like Garnacho, for example, has been the inside forward in this position, and he's drifted a little bit wider to pick up the ball, like we saw for the goal the other day. Again, Dorgu is a player that could facilitate that, driving inside the pitch. Again, in these moments, he's got excellent technical quality, but also physical quality as well. He can protect the ball in these areas. And actually, it gives me sort of Reece James vibes without the injuries. Hopefully. We'll see. But again, it's that ability to carry inside the pitch. I think it makes Manchester United more dynamic because he can do both things. He can come inside and be dangerous in these areas, or outside. And I think that's really a credit to him as a young player. The fact that he's got that confidence already. Let's be honest, he plays in a poor side, a side that is often battling relegation. But that doesn't stop him expressing himself on the ball. You can see it in moments like this. Keen to get forward, to burst forward, jump in front of the opposition and win the ball back. You can see here, he looks like a pretty big player. I'd guess he's around 6'2", although I don't know exactly. But certainly tall, strong and powerful. But again, confident moving inside the pitch. He finally ends up with the ball here. That doesn't look like a wing-back position. And again, that shows his tactical but also his technical versatility. He is comfortable in so many different zones of the pitch. Again, even in a deeper position where you are, potentially under more pressure, you don't want to lose the ball here. He's confident. Now, Roma on this occasion really do give him too much time on the ball, so we can't really assess his ball-carrying ability here. But what we can look at is the confidence. This is a young man, this is a 20-year-old fullback playing in these positions, and he is more than confident. He is comfortable really in these positions. Picking the ball up, moving towards players like this, you can see with the touch before, he's almost trying to draw players towards him. He actually chose to engage with these players. And again, it's just the confidence of these little touches, these little changes of direction, the touches with the outside of the boot to keep the ball moving. It doesn't tell us how good he is as a carrier, but it tells us that this is a confident young man, and he really does have the technical and the physical quality to match it. And I want to finish on the physical quality. That's the last thing I want to look at. Because what United really need, more than anything in this team, is someone that can get up and down that left-hand side. And believe me, Dorgu is that man. Perhaps not as quick as someone like Alphonso Davies, but who is? Not many people in the world, but Dorgu is still absolutely rapid. His stride length is incredible. And more than anything, he's got brilliant upper body strength. So even when he doesn't have the pace to get away from a player, and he's shoulder to shoulder, for example, he has the ability to just shrug them off. He kind of pushes them out the way, takes them out the equation, and then he's going to push the ball forward. So he often almost doesn't have to race opponents because his sheer physicality does the work for him. In terms of when there is open space to attack, for example, he's the spare man on the far side, then he's got more than enough athleticism to get into these positions. My only criticism of him at the moment would be that final ball's got to be a little bit better. Take a situation like this, for example, high up the pitch. You can see the ball here. Dorgu is in a slightly deeper position. He hasn't actually caught up with play just yet. But the desire, the athleticism to get into those positions, to fly around on the overlap, is something that Manchester United are absolutely crying out for. The attack needs this to balance the team out, and Dorgu loves it. He loves getting into these positions. The only question is, here, can he do more? Can he do more? He needs to be a little bit better in these areas. But at the end of the day, he is only 20 years old. If you sign him, he's perhaps not an immediate starter, but as a squad player, someone who can play on the right-hand side in a wing-back position, but also on the left, and maybe even as a left centre-back, by the way, as well. I think it's incredible versatility. Physically, he drastically raises the floor of Manchester United, but also technically as well, he's very comfortable on the ball. I think more than anything, it's the mental attributes that he needs to work on. His composure at times, his temperament, but also his tactical understanding. But you would imagine, with good coaching, those are all things that will come with age. I genuinely think Dorgu is a really, really good player. There are talks that he is off to Napoli, but I think Manchester United should be all over us. This is a deal that United should be pursuing. He is a quality player for the future, and that is what Manchester United need, in my opinion. Just my opinion. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Have you watched him? Personally, I've seen a lot of him now, and I mean a lot. I'm kind of tired of watching, but I've seen him a lot. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is he good? Is he the sort of player that we need? Do we want someone different? Is there a different left wing back you would like me to look at? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But apart from that, we are finished for today. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you have enjoyed it. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.